Welcome to the latest episode of KapVista Klips. Today we are with Josh from All In Nutrition. How are you?
Yeah, great. Living the dream. How are you?
Good, good. Now, where are you based for everybody watching at home?
Yeah, I'm based in Boston in the United States.
Nice, nice. So you are east coast of the US. You are a founder at heart. You've got a great product. You've got a good origin story. Let's hear it. Give me your background.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm here in Boston. I went to school in Boston originally, graduated in 2017, but this brand that I started, Wicked Protein, started in 2015. So I was in my third year in school. Basically, I was like making protein bars from scratch, packing them up in my backpack, taking them to class, and they started leaking in my bag. So I was like, okay, there has to be a better solution to this. So I Googled how to make a protein bar. One thing led to another, and I launched the CPG brand. So that's back in 2015. Basically, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I was studying mechanical engineering at the time, and I was like, all right, worst case, I'll create a protein bar that I loved. And then, best case, I sold a couple, and, people would get to try the bar that I made. That was 2015. We launched the bars. They were originally called Wicked Energy Bars in the time. And the idea behind it and the whole ethos of the brand early days was let's have a better for you product. Simple, straightforward, ingredients you could recognize. Launched the bars, started selling them online, got into some stores out here in Massachusetts and New Hampshire, on the East Coast. And then basically I paid my tuition to the School of CPG Life, where I was in stores doing hundreds of in-store demos, and I really started to learn what my consumers wanted. And that's 2017 going into 2018. We had to reformulate, or repackage rather, with the new updates coming for the FDA requirements, and then we rebranded to Wicked Protein, and that's like the brand that you like know and love today. So like Wicked Protein, 2018, 2019, we fell in love with the Clean Label Project, which that's like the whole mission of the brand, which I can definitely talk to. And then 2020, with COVID coming, relaxed, focused on to e-commerce, and then that's what's taken the brand to the spot that it is today.
So you've got a story like a lot of legendary founders, like Richard Branson was selling CDs at the back of his car, and that's how he
Mhm.
started Virgin Records. You've got the same sort of brand that you started selling them out of your backpack, and you're building something because you genuinely wanted a cleaner product, and that's the origin story. So I like that. I like that you are solving a problem. You were scrappy, and now you're here. So walk us through. Wicked Protein. It is a because a lot of the times you pick up a protein bar or something that's meant to be healthy, and you don't recognize any of the ingredients in it, and it's
Mm.
all chemicals. So walk me through that.
Yeah, definitely. So in 2019, we basically fell in love with the Clean Label Project. And after getting asked over and over what was my mission, I fell in love with it because the Clean Label Project testing products for contaminants like heavy metals, plastics, pesticides. Those are all the stuff that's linked to diseases and cancers, which aren't good for you. So in 2019, we were the Clean Label Project. In 2020, we were still selling our protein bars, but my dad had bariatric surgery where he couldn't, have a lot of food. Protein was super important. So I started working on a protein powder. Originally, when I launched the brand, I wanted to have a protein powder, but I launched with the protein powder because it had lower minimum order quantities, and I was eating that going to school. And then in 2022, we came out with our clear whey protein, which is a fantastic innovation in the whey protein space, where you take protein powder, you mix it with water, and it turns into a juice. So I bring this up because we went from protein bars to refrigerated protein bars to protein cookies to protein powders, which is the only product we sell today. So it started as a protein bar. We were agile, always pivoting, basically trying to find that right product that would take off. And what we sell now is a clear whey protein, which again is protein powder that's been filtered over and over, so it's very fine. And then when you mix it with water, it turns into a juice. So like that protein and this clear whey is the fastest growing consumer segment in whey protein now. We launched it 3 years ago and basically timed it up perfectly with like the growth trend of clear whey. And the product that we make, it's just whey protein, natural flavors, citric acid to balance the pH, and it tastes amazing. Keeping like the original ethos of the brand of like, let's just be better for you. No artificial ingredients, no artificial flavors, no dyes, no fillers, no anti-foaming agents, no anti-caking agents, nothing in the product, just protein, flavors. It's great. And the flavors all come from fruits and vegetables, which is amazing.
Awesome.
So what started as protein bar, now we're doing protein powders.
Yes, and you've had a lot of success in the space. So tell me about the milestones you've hit and what the numbers are behind the company, because that's your selling point. You are a revenue generating and millions in revenue.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this brand, I mean, it's been going since 2015, and over the course of it, we've only raised 88 grand. So it's been largely bootstrapped, just some friends, family, a couple of angel investors from the CPG space. But again, in the grand scheme of CPG products, basically bootstrapped with 88 grand in almost 8 to 9 years. And last year we did $2 million selling on our website just the protein powder again, and we use pre-orders to finance future production runs. So on our website, you go, you buy, and you get the product between 1 to 8 weeks from when you buy. It is a clunky experience. However, the demand is so strong that people are basically paying to put themselves in line for the next time that we have our um, production run landing, which has been awesome. So that was 2024, 2 million. The year before that, we did 1 million. The year before that, 500,000. So basically doubling every year. Now that ever since we launched the protein powder, is that's been like really the product that's put us on the map. And we this year it's super exciting. 2015, 2025, we're launching into retail. So basically taking our selling story, raising to be able to satisfy the demand on our website, start selling on Amazon, and we're getting into retail because this is when clear whey isolates are coming into retail. It's the first cycle. So we're leading the charge, leading from the front by getting our products into the stores. And we're starting with Whole Foods. Whole Foods, huge retailer, obviously in the US, and they pair with our mission statement perfectly of being clean label, clean sport, nutrition. Whole Foods couldn't ask for a better partner. We're launching with them nationally, and just over 250 stores, which is super exciting.
Yeah. Whole Foods is a major retailer and great brand exposure. So if you're doing $2 million a year just on your website and you have that demand, if you once you have the product in and you're live in Whole Foods, there's an expected jump in revenue, and then on the back of that, I assume so many other retailers will want to have your product as well.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we're
this
already
is
starting to have those expanded conversations. I mean, once it breaks, the product's out there and selling it, and then it's out there with customers. So the additional retail conversations are already starting, which is super exciting.
yeah, that's amazing. Okay, and so you're raising capital to fulfill you know this retail expansion. Tell us about the capital raise.
Yeah, definitely. So the capital is going into basically anything that's revenue generating. We're putting product in the channels that we're currently set up for, and not expanding too fast outside of what we're currently doing. We want to raise to have enough inventory to satisfy our website demand. Launch on Amazon, which Amazon, we've been like intermittently on the platform because you need stock to succeed on Amazon. Amazon sells the most protein powder, if you were wondering. So Amazon's a perfect spot for us. So raising capital to have inventory for our website, Amazon, and then supporting retail, which is our Whole Foods launch. So this capital raise is for inventory and then doing the marketing to push those channels. My background professionally is in e-commerce performance marketing. So it's like where my passion is and what I've been doing for the past 5 years. So I know how to sell a product online, on our website, and on Amazon. And we have a great team of advisors, and we have now 250,000 customers that we're going to push towards making retail a success. So the capital raise basically is to support those existing channels, make sure that we have product, because without product you can't sell, and then supporting the channels with marketing.
Yeah, yeah. So how much are you raising in this round?
We're raising 2 million at
Okay.
a pre-money of $10 million valuation.
Okay, and that's a fair valuation. It's actually quite attractive for products in this space, considering you are doing $2 million in revenue. It's a really good opportunity. So, talk to me about Whole Foods, because how does it start for anybody who doesn't know about this space? How hard is it to get into Whole Foods? Because
That's a great
I
question. I mean, the
assume,
Whole Foods. I was going to say the
yeah,
Whole Foods. So, I mean, since I've been doing this brand since 2015, if you want to go that far, we just launched. But my selling cycle with Whole Foods was around 3 years from start to finish.
yeah,
Pitching the product, right? I had this clear whey product that wasn't a big trend. So buyers didn't really know what was coming. Then it started to pick up, started saying samples. You're working with different buyers that are on the desk. And, luckily we had the right perfect storm the right buyer, right time. Clear Whey is the fastest growing segment in whey protein. Clean label, we're the only clear whey brand doing what we're doing with the level of like ingredients quality and testing to back it up. And it all just worked out. So 3 years start to finish with the clear
Yeah.
whey.
So for investors who don't understand how hard it is to get your product into these major retailers, this is a 3-year exercise, and you have gone through that 3-year journey. And any investor who is wanting to come on board has mitigated a lot of the risk because you are already in now, and that's what is exciting about this opportunity. And then from there,
Yep.
once you are live in Whole Foods, it isn't a 3-year process now to get you into the next one, because every other competing retailer will want to have your product, and that's
Yep.
the mitigation of that risk right there, and it makes
Yeah,
your
definitely.
investment offer a lot more attractive.
Yeah, no, definitely. I couldn't say it better myself. I mean, every retailer is looking for that velocity data. Now, when you have a brand new category that's super exciting and you have products launching into this like cycle for the first time, no one has that data. But you need to launch and get ahead of the curve to have that data. So when you get to go to the next retailer, you say, I'm selling X units per store per week. And having that velocity slide filled out in your pitch to any retailers will allow you to gain more traction. So it's important. It was crucial that we launched when we are launching because it's the first time that Clearway products are coming into mass retail. And again, we want to lead that charge and lead it as this like clean label and like the clean, better for you solution.
Yeah, and then consumer trends are heading that way because people are now a lot more conscious of what they're putting in their body. So you
Yep.
are leading the charge in that space.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the goal was to pair up, the best, fastest growing type of whey protein with the fastest growing consumer trend. So you pair the two number ones together, and that's Wicked Protein right now. We're the only one doing it. When I say that my products are tested for heavy metals, plastics, pesticides, and these things that we're testing for are linked to terrible diseases and cancers, and this is a third party certification, it's not a requirement. So it holds a lot of value in what we're doing compared to other brands because you can't claim what we're doing without the testing to back it up,
Yeah.
which is super exciting. And everyone can relate to that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Okay, great. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time, but I'm excited about this opportunity because you are a proven product. You know, you've got the sales track record. You're at $2 million a year in revenue. You have mitigated a lot of the risk by that 3-year sales cycle to get into Whole Foods. So from an investment perspective, it is a safer investment bet on a product that is in demand, that has a strong demand, especially if your customers are
Yeah.
waiting that 8 weeks to get their product, and there is still a lot of demand there. So if anybody is interested in finding out more about Wicked Protein and all in nutrition and wants to speak to Josh, please reach out to my team. We'll connect you directly. But I think this is a very interesting offer. Thank you very much for jumping on. It's great to chat to you.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you so much, Daniel. Appreciate it.